Hi everyone, it's Monday and we're going to do things a little bit differently for maths this week. So for our final week, we want to check how you've gone with all of your maths over this last term. And so we're just going to have a few activities that will help us on number, and then we'll be having a check-in activity for time. When you do this activity, it's important that you do this yourself. We want to know what you've learned over this term, and it's okay for adults to read you the questions. Even they can write down your words if you need a little bit of help with that, although I think you can all handle that by now. And yeah, and then it's really just your own work. So we just use an adult if we really need help with the reading. But that's why I'm reading this to you now through the video. All right, so what you need to do first is get your Jamboard up from our Google Classroom, and you can work on the Jamboard as I introduce the activities, and or you can just listen and then come back to the activities after. But the video will help you get through the activities if you need assistance. Okay, so let's use our arrows to get to the next page. All right, so we're going to follow the steps. Number 1 is place the hands on the clock to show when feeding time is. Okay, so we're going to use some of the tools to help us. So we're going to use a pen. I like to use one of the thicker pens for my writing because I find it a little bit easier to write with. So then I'm going to show you a little trick. So if you press the shift key down, so this might not work on all computers, but in this case, if we press the shift key down and then move our marker, we can actually make a really straight line. So let's see what happens if I don't use the shift key. So it's a little bit wobblier. So it just depends. Sometimes it can wobble, all right? So we can just go back and get rid of all of that, or we can always use our rubber to rub out any mistakes along the way, okay? So just remember to use the color pen that you want, the shape pen that you want, and then you want to use the shift key, and that will help you make your straight line. All right, so we need to look at feeding time. So here's the tiger feeding time. We have to read our time, 10:30. All right, so then you need to place the hands on the clock to show me what 10:30 will look like on our analog clock. Number 2, what time is it on the clock below? So here we've got our times that we can choose from. This is multiple choice. So we've got 2:30, 2 o'clock, or 4 o'clock. Okay, and all you need to do is grab your pen and you can do a tick or a circle to show that you understand what time is represented on our analog clock over here. All right, so now it's time to go to page 3. One of my favourite times of day is 6:30 because I have dinner with my family at this time each night. So, number 1, make an analog clock and draw the time. So I'm going to show you some more tools here. We have a post-it note. We can write our numbers. So what numbers are we going to need on our clock? That's right, we're going to need numbers between 1 and 12. Okay, and we can make these small enough to fit around our clock. So that's quite a handy tool. We can place them on our clock and space them around so that we can complete our clock. Once you've done that, we actually need to get our pen again, and we're going to draw the time onto our clock. Okay, so we might like to put a circle in the middle. We might go with a thicker marker to show our circle in the middle, and then we can use our shift key to draw our hands on our clock. Okay, and you can choose what color you would like for that. All right, then show the same time on the digital clock. So we've got our time up here. We need to show it in our digital form. So we can use our pen tool, or we can use a post-it note. We can use our typing tool to type in numbers if we wish. Okay, so there's a lot of options for you to do this without any help, okay, other than somebody reading to you. All right, let's go to number 4. Draw the time on the analog clock that is your favorite time of the day. So I've shown you what my favorite time of the day is and why, and now it's your turn to do the same for me. Draw the same time on the digital clock. So we're going to draw the time of the day that is our favorite time of the day. We're going to write the number or the time of day on our digital clock. And then number 3, why is this your favorite time of the day? So tell me what the reason is. You could write a sentence. Have a look here. We can write our sentence. My favorite time of the day. Let's make that a little bit longer. My favorite time of the day is... What's your favorite time of the day? Have a think. And then draw a picture. So you can use the pen tool to draw a picture of something that you do at that time of the day that makes it really special. Okay? All right, so we finished our time check-in, and now it's time for just a bit of a number challenge for you. So this is just a little bit of fun to do some different combinations with numbers. So apples and pears challenge. Pick a pair of apples. Write down and add the 2 numbers together. Pick a different pair of apples. Write down and add the 2 numbers together. Keep repeating this to see how many answers you can get. Now subtract. So let's take away 1 number from each other. How many different answers can you get? So over here, you could use a post-it to write your combinations on, or we can use our typing tool to write, or we can use our pen tool to write. So you can write all of your combinations at the top, and then you can write your subtraction activities as well. All right. And final page, sum counters challenge. Use these number counters to make these totals. Okay, so we want to make these totals 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. And these are the numbers that you have. Number 4, 3, 7, and 6. So we want to see what counters we can use to make these numbers. And then what other totals can you make from these numbers? Okay, so it's lots of combinations of numbers. We're looking at number in a variety of ways and making different combinations. So that's just an extra activity for you to challenge your thinking with maths a little bit. Anyway, good luck with all of your work on time and number today. Bye.